Well, welcome to Critical to Confident in 5 Easy Steps, Week 5. I want you to congratulate yourself. You are at the finish line here. And what an amazing journey it's been for me to watch you grow, to watch you develop, to watch you break free some of those chains and anchors that you have been carrying with you, and to see that you're finding some success. You're starting to learn how to applaud yourself, how to become your greatest advocate, how to become your biggest cheerleader. And it's going to be small steps. In 5 weeks, we can start planting the seeds. And if you will continue to water it, you are going to see that it will grow into this deep love and just respect for yourself. And as you do that, and as you start changing your mindset, you will start to see things shift in your external world as well. So I want to applaud you. I hope that you will share your insights, your wins and your losses with us on our Facebook page, on that private page. I think it really helps the group to feel encouraged to keep moving forward, and that they're not alone in this process, that they have someone that they can talk to and they can discuss their feelings with that is going through the same types of situations as they are. So our final piece with this today is going to be learning how to put that audio vision board together. So I'm hoping that at this point you have your audio, basically your written version of your audio vision board put together. Remember, we have the introduction, and then we're going to be making sure that we identify all of the things that we want to have happen in our lives, whether that's spirituality, relationships, our professional life, personal power, and also our health and fitness. And then just summarizing it. I don't be surprised if your written version is 3, 4, 5 pages. In fact, I applaud you if it is that long, because you're getting very detailed. You're getting to the emotion, and that's where the true lasting change will happen. When you pair the written words with something that makes you feel something, that will inspire change. That's going to inspire the shift in your thinking so that your actions change, which will perpetuate the change in your life that you're wanting. So let's kind of go over what your audio board, why is this so powerful? And the bottom line is, so often we focus on what we don't want. We focus on things that we don't want in our life. And what does that do for us? Well, it absolutely creates and attracts those things that we don't want. In fact, on the next slide, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite quotes. In fact, let's go there and then we'll come back. Worrying is like praying for what you don't want. Isn't that powerful? Those words mean so much to me. And so as it's very natural for us to be in a place of fear and worry. But as we practice to get out of those things, you'll get better and better at shifting your thinking and making the choice, making the decision that you don't have to worry. That is a choice. Just like suffering in our challenges is a choice, worrying about something that hasn't even happened. And they say that 95% of what we worry never comes to pass anyways. But that 5%, it's really interesting. Did we have a part in making that come to pass? Because we are powerful creators. So we can create what we don't want, and we can create what we do want. And so just make sure that you understand that worrying, first of all, is very draining to our energy, and it puts a focus on the wrong thing. We want to focus on what we do want, and we want to be very clear. So the audio vision board gets you very, very clear about exactly what you want in life. And what I find is interesting, I've had several people kind of challenged the law of attraction this last week. And they, in fact, I've read a couple of books that said the law of attraction is just hocus pocus. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, it takes all of these other things. And I think that they do have some pieces there. There does take action. There does take work. We can't just swallow a magic pill and have something happen in behalf of what we want. We have to put in the energy and the work. However, what I think entails a good vision board along with the law of attraction is, as we're continuing to think about those things and think about those things and think about those things, we will naturally start to take action in that direction. It's almost as if we are living in that moment, and so our subconscious and our actions are actually taking us and helping us to create what we want. And so, yes, it is the actions that are actually getting us there. But it's the thought and the decision and the mindset that perpetuates that action. So I believe there's a combination of the two. And that's why I think the audio vision board is so powerful, is because we're actually taking vivid, very clear, concise information about how your life is going to look like. And we're pairing it with your own voice. So you are saying it. Whenever I present, I always try to have other people answer the questions. And the reason is because what I say is just feedback or just advice. What they say is gospel. Okay? So anytime you say it to yourself, it's truth, it's gospel, it's golden. So we want to make sure that you say it with your own voice. Here's that wonderful quote that I love so much. Again, worrying is like praying for what you don't want. And remember, we have that choice. We have that choice to step away from that when we start to get into that, just like when we're starting to compare with someone else's gifts. We can step out of that mode and we can see it, we can look at it and go, you know what? I choose not. I choose not to worry about that. I'm going to place that over there. And I'm going to proceed with faith and with courage, knowing what I want in this life. Now, the key elements of your audio vision board, if you have not already sent me, and you do not have to send me your paragraphs by any means to my email, but some people have chosen to have me just glance over it, and I've given them some feedback. But I want you to have a very detailed picture of the ideal you, living your ideal life. What do you look like? How do you feel? What does your life look like? When do you wake up? When do you, what do you do on a given day? Do you enjoy freedom and spontaneity? Do you travel? Do you have financial abundance? Do you have deep, meaningful relationships? What do you do with those deep, meaningful relationships? Do you play together? Do you go on date nights? Do you go and I will say travel again because it's going to be on my ideal, well, it is always on my ideal vision board every single time because I love to travel. And I want you to include the how, where, and when, the action plan of the specified goals. So remember, and this is kind of covering some of the same information that as in the first class, but I just want to reiterate how important that is. What does a successful business person do in your field? So say you're a real estate agent and you want to be the most successful real estate agent in your area. I would challenge you to find the most successful real estate agent in your area and find out what they do. What does their day look like? What do they do? And that can be implemented in your vision board. If you are in network marketing or direct sales, find your upline. Ask them, what does your day look like? What do you do consistently that gets you results? How many phone calls do you make? How many face-to-face appointments do you have? How many follow-ups? How many thank you notes? What do you do to create the lifestyle that you have? And then implement that. You can do that for every single situation. So for your physical health, you can look at someone who is in a place physically that you want to emulate. And you can find out, what do you do? Do you weight train? Do you do yoga? Now, we can always put our flavor in this, right? If we hate to weight train, we hate to do some of these things, but we love yoga. excuse me, um, then by all means, do yoga. Don't do weight training. Don't do running. Okay? If you want to learn to love those things, then put it on there. And hopefully your mind will shift and you'll start to enjoy those things. It's an implementation system for new self-improvement ideas. So it's going to give you a blueprint, a roadmap for your subconscious to follow to get you where you want to go. And so I would encourage you to put on there in your introduction paragraph that you wake up at a certain time every day and you do your power hour, because evidence shows that that works. If you look at Tony Robbins, if you look at Oprah Winfrey, if you look at some of the most influential people in this world, they all utilized a power hour. So I would encourage you to put that into your own audio vision board, because we know it works. We know it works. It's going to be recorded to Baroque music that can put the brain mind in alpha, so a meditative state. Well, what does that mean? I'm gonna actually tell you. I did not come up with this idea, and either did my friend that wrote this. My friend Ann Webb wrote this as well, and she does. I took some classes from her and implemented some of her ideas as well. This is an old idea that we're just modifying to make it work for our classes. And so this is something that she wrote, and I really like this. It says, by listening to what your ideal life looks and feels like daily, you begin taking steps in that direction immediately. Because of the unique recording method using Baroque music, which is a classical style, by the way, you can always YouTube it or Google it, and you'll get an idea of what that sounds like. Even when daydreaming and not particularly listening to your dreams, your subconscious mind still hears and responds. Each and every day, you are focusing on what you want, and the gap between where you currently are and where you want to be narrows. By listening daily to the type of person who you are becoming, your beliefs begin to change. And these beliefs, which in turn creates habits, begin to give way to new beliefs, thus creating new habits. This is literally a tool where you can change your belief and actions over a period of time, thus reinventing yourself if you so desire. So remember, our decisions determine our destiny, right? So as we are implementing powerful new habits, because our mindset has shifted and it makes it a lot easier. You can do this for everything. I'll tell you what, I have been a caffeine addict since I can't even tell you how long. And just to even think about life not having caffeine in my life to wake up in the morning was just, I can almost understand and have a little bit of sympathy of someone who smokes or someone who, is addicted to some sort of substance that they're just struggling with. I believe for me, caffeine was kind of that same way. And I did this on my audio vision board. And I'm not going to tell you it was effortless, but it was so much easier because I just kept I keep telling myself, I don't drink caffeine. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. I only take natural organic foods and water, and I treat my body like a temple. And so as I tell myself that is who I become. And those are the habits that I implement. Do I slip up every once in a while? Absolutely. Do I every once in a while want to have a hot chocolate because it's cold and have a little sugar? Yeah, absolutely. And it's the holiday season, so there's always room for improvement in that area too. So now, once we have it absolutely written down to the point where we feel really good about it, knowing we can modify it in the future. So for those of you that are a little bit on the perfectionist side, I want you to be okay with it. Once you put it down, just know that you can change it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Having it done is better than having it perfect. Just get it done and get it recorded. So what you're going to do for recording your audio vision board, there's two ways. So those of you that don't want to spend any money, there is a way for you as well. But there's a really great program out there that I've used called Vision Guider. And it's you can go to gotvision.com. You download it onto your computer, and what you do is you actually record yourself reading your Life Vision, and then what will happen is that it will allow you to pair it with music, and it already has the type of music that is going to be in that theta state. So you just pick one that you enjoy and you listen. You can listen to little samples of it. And then what happens is once you figure out what song or songs that you want to pair it with, you put that together and the program will put it so that it layers one over the other. And you can increase the volume, decrease the volume on both sides. And what ends up happening is that you get this MP3 that you can then put on your iTunes or your phone or just on your computer, and you can just listen to it on a daily basis. I like putting it on my phone because then what I can do is I can just put it into my, as I'm driving around, I can put it in my car, or if I'm exercising, I can listen to it in my earbuds. So whatever works for you, but just try to listen to that at least once a day. Mine, I believe, is about 8 minutes long. And so just for 8 minutes, I listen to that. And I can almost verbatim tell you my Life Vision, my audio vision board. It is really pretty amazing. And what happens is things will start to occur in your life where you're going to need to modify it and change it and challenge yourself because you'll have met those goals. And you'll look around your life and start saying, you know what, my life has shifted. I'm already living this way. I need to challenge myself and I need to get to the next level of what I'm looking for. And sometimes you just need simply a change too. Sometimes if you have pauses or you have you'll know, oh my goodness, I'm going to say at this part, or I'm going to cough right here. So sometimes you just need to re-record it. And then you listen to it each day. So one of the things that you can do if you do not want to purchase this program, and if I can find you guys a discount code, I will let you know. I wasn't able to find one in the last couple of weeks, but if I get an opportunity to find one, I will make sure that you know if there's a promo code out there. But what you can do if you don't want to do that, most of the smartphones, and I would say the majority of people have smartphones at this point. If you don't, we could get creative in a different way. There is a voice recording button on most phones, so you can actually record your voice on that. And then what you can do is simply turn on the music in your car, you could go on YouTube and put Baroque music and have it play. You could download some music on iTunes, and while you're listening to your voice on that recording each day, you can just simply have music playing in the background. Okay, I would probably suggest that you use the same music for a time so that it's simply something that your subconscious hears over and over and over. Okay, so that is a little bit of that. I wanted to show you a video that I found of Tony Robbins today, and I'm hoping that we can, I'm hoping that it's at the right place. We'll see. Oops, I'm going to have to go this way.
Today would be, nothing's working, I'm 1 millimeter away. What little thing got to change? And when I do, it changes everything. Because I'm heading this direction, I make this little shift. You take that out an hour from now, a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, you have a totally different destination from that direction. But the 1 millimeter change, I'll show you one of them right now. Check this out. Stay in the state of certainty. Some of you lost it. Intensify it, whatever it takes. Make your move. Come on. Make your move. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Now feel that in your body. Don't let go of it. Now watch. Here's the difference between being certain and being uncertain. Did you see that? Certain, uncertain. See if you can find that little spot between the two where you drop just a little bit of your chest and you feel it drop and come back up. And drop it. How many can feel that difference between where you really feel it? Now intensify it and where you dropped it. Is it a tiny difference? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, could you condition yourself to feel great in this state? Yes or no? So what I want you to do is give yourself that opportunity. So the way we're going to do is very simple. We're going to go in a peak state. And then we're going to train ourselves. Because guess what? If you're in this state of certainty, and all hell's breaking loose in your life, people can't figure out to go, move, I'll handle it. People go, he's so lucky, he's so confident. No. Here's what I've created for my life, and anyone I know succeeded. I'm a 17-year-old kid from Azusa, California, with no real education other than self-education, with no background, with parents that did their best, all of them, with no money, but I did one thing. I loved people, and I had an enormous demand I made upon myself, and I sculpted my mind and my emotions to get me to do whatever it would take to achieve and to contribute. But to do that, I did it by using my body and changing my focus. I did it by putting myself in a peak physiology and using what I call incantations. Can you train yourself to believe something, yes or no? Absolutely. How many of you ever made the fatal mistake of going to Disneyland or Disney World, and while you're there made the fatal mistake of going to a ride called It's a Small World After All? What happens for about a week after you're out of that damn place? You're still singing this thing in your head in 24 languages, right? Well, let me tell you something. How many of you have things when you want to go achieve them and this part of your voice goes, oh, it's not going to happen, or forget it? How many got a voice that sometimes interrupts that good pattern? Say, I. And what you want to do is train a new one. So starting when I was 17, I started doing incantations, not affirmations. Affirmation, you go, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. What's the problem? You haven't changed your what? Your what? Physiology. If you don't change your physiology, you won't get anything. So an incantation is not only you speak it, but you embody what you're saying with all the intensity you can. And you do it with enough repetitions that it sticks in your head. Like It's a Small World, now the conversation in your head is always the same and it gives you what you want. So you use your body and your voice. So 17 years ago, I started doing things. I was working for Jim Rohn, this speaker, and I was 17 years old. I had long hair, minestrone soup, acne on my face. And I was trying to call on Bear Stearns type of people and convince them why they should go to this man's seminar and be more successful. I was driving a 1968 Volkswagen that I had earned at $40 a week as a janitor. The only way I did it was park far from the building and then go in, and I love people and I believe, but I put myself in state, and I was able to influence people that were far more successful than I was at the time. I would do something that I still do backstage and have done for 23 years because I don't hope I'm going to be in a good state, I demand it. So I do an incantation using my whole body. I'd say, I now command my subconscious mind to direct me in helping as many people as possible life today to better their lives by giving me the strength, the emotion, the persuasion, the humor, the brevity, whatever it takes to show these people and get these people to change their lives now. And I would do that literally driving in my Volkswagen to a meeting in LA on the freeway for 40 minutes. People are looking at me, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. They're going, I know he's a serial killer. I know he is.
Okay, so I basically wanted to help you guys get two things out of that video. The first thing is, did you notice that he used the analogy of It's a Small World and how it was over and over and over and over hearing that in his mind, and then you end up singing it for 3 weeks. It's the truth, right? We've all done it. Same thing with our audio vision board. When we hear it over and over and over and over, it just becomes a part of who we are. And that sets a direction of where we need to go and how we need to get there into our mind and establishes that blueprint I was talking about. The second thing is that's why emotion is so important. What he talked about with the affirmations is that if you're just talking like this and you're just saying this, you're not going to get any results. You have to feel it emotionally. So as you are listening to it, I would encourage you to try as much as you can to really picture it in your mind, feel it, even change your body language as you're doing it. Remember how we talked about a confident person at the very beginning of our journey and how they stand upright, their shoulders, they're actually open to the world instead of closing off and shirking away from the world, right? So we're open to this idea. We're excited. What do you do? Like we're standing upright or sitting upright. We're open to this idea. We might have a smile on our face. You know, there are parts in mine when I first started, I have to say, I've heard it so many times that That's why I need to record mine now, because I'm not feeling the emotion as much. But when I first started, there were certain parts, especially when I talked about relationship, where I'd get teary-eyed. And it just, or talking about serving and helping others, that I literally got teary-eyed. And that is me feeling that emotion. And that's where I want you guys to be with this. So that is a little bit about the recording your vision board. I did want to mention, I had some questions about the belief breakthrough sessions. And remember, that is a part of your 5-week program. And I really feel like it's such an integral part. And so I'm just going to tell you right now how to get to it. It's critical to confident. So it's number 2. Don't put TO, but it's critical to confident.youcanbookme.com. Okay, and that brings up my calendar, and you can go ahead and schedule a time that works for you, a 30-minute schedule or appointment rather. And remember, it is Mountain Standard Time. So if you are in California, for instance, you'll be on Pacific time, so you'll be an hour earlier. If you're Central, you're an hour later, and Eastern, you're 2 hours later. So make sure you understand that you are booking a time in Mountain Standard Time. So just adjust it for your schedule, because there's been a little bit of confusion there. So with that being said, I want you to continue to practice your power hour, to try to continue working at not comparing, and to find the strengths that you have and utilize those strengths. Make sure that you're as you're becoming more and more successful, you're going to find more opportunities for you to delegate and farm out the tasks that you are not proficient at. For instance, for me, I am not an oracle. It is not part of my human DNA for me to love accounting, for me to love numbers, to love spreadsheets and all of those things. So I'm learning more and more how to delegate and actually pay people to do that. I have someone that does my transactions in real estate. I have the paperwork, I should say. I have someone that does a lot of my social media posts. I have someone that actually puts my spreadsheets together, and I have an administrative assistant. So you can see I focus all of my effort and my time on my networking, my marketing, my communication skills, my big picture, like all the things I love to do. And I allow other people to do the things that I don't do as well at. And do I get down and frustrated because I don't do well at those things? No, that's not my strengths. And the beauty of this world is that there are other people that love those things, that is where they're really feeling that they are living in their purpose, is when they are doing those things. So we can utilize the strengths of others, and we can build each other up as we do that. The next part was letting go of guilt and forgiving. Letting go of those anchors, letting go of that heaviness in our life, right? And then, of course, we got to our belief breakthrough. Getting through to those things that we perpetuate in our life over and over and over. That when we store that information, like for instance, in fact, I was, as I've been talking to many people in the last week or so in belief breakthrough work, a common thing that keeps coming up is, I'm not good enough. I don't matter. So when we put that into our subconscious when we're young, and we believe that, now we start to look for evidence all around us that that is a true statement. Our subconscious needs proof. It wants proof that that is correct. So it's going to be like a self-fulfilling prophecy of damaged relationships. Because if you're not good enough or you don't matter, you might give and give and give but never receive anything back, right? Maybe as you get older and you start your professional life, you start to see that you max out financially and income-wise. You might see that you are not attracting abundance and money into your life like you would like to, and you keep sabotaging yourself. So what you'll find with our belief breakthrough session, if you haven't had it yet, is we're hopefully going to get to some of the really big root beliefs, core beliefs that were established when we were young. But what will happen is over time, I want you to understand that will feel very freeing and will feel amazing. You're going to get off the phone and go, oh, I loved that. But I also want you to know that you may see some changes, but it may not change as significantly as you want it to, because there are many layers. It's like an onion. And so because you have been perpetuating additional layers of the onion to manifest as you are having that self-fulfilling prophecy, there are going to be other times where you could utilize belief breakthrough work. So I wanted to just wrap things up, because some of you will say, oh, I've had quite a few of you say, I've really loved this 5 weeks. I've really enjoyed it, and it has made a difference in my life. So I'm going to tell you about something that that I have come up with as this was one of my first groups through the 5-week program. I'm also doing a beta 12-week master course that's going to be starting in January. I want you to understand that you can always stay on the Facebook private page and get as much information and as much exchange there as you want with me and the other students. You can also go and repeat the 5 weeks as many times as you want. It's yours forever. But I'm offering those that would like more belief breakthrough sessions an opportunity to do so. And so if you refer 3 people to my 5-week group coaching class that now is in existence because we just finished it up tonight, you will get 30 minutes for free. So if you enjoyed that, you feel like there's more that you need to explore, there's more things that you need to, and I'll tell you, we all do. I still have belief breakthrough, and I've been utilizing this technique for a while. So you'll find that it's going to continue to be something that you can utilize in your life. So if you refer 3 to my program, now the price is not going to be $50 anymore. Now that it's not a beta program, it is going to be $97. Eventually, it's going to be $297. So it's still a significant discount. They can go right on the Critical to Confident page and sign up for that, or wendybunnell.com page. They go under programs and make sure that they let me know that you referred them. And then I will keep track, or you can keep track, or both of us. I do have a tracking system for this. And once you get to 3, you will get a 30-minute belief breakthrough session with me for free. So that's a gift that I give to you for allowing others to enjoy this process as well. So if you enjoyed it, just spread the message and allow other people to also implement this in their own life. In the 12-week master course, we're basically going to really master the 5 steps. We're going to get into individual tribes. I'm going to match you and pair you up with a group of 4 to 5 people so that they can really help with the accountability, with the strategy, and then we're going to also have some guest celebrity trainers during the 12 weeks. You'll be really excited about who comes in and helps me teach these. We're going to really hone in on 3 30-day goals that you have specifically for your needs. And we're going to ensure that you reach those goals. They need to be attainable within 30 days. So we can't say if you're making $10,000 a year right now to say that you're a millionaire in 30 days. They've got to be those tangible goals that we are going to be able to hone in and accomplish. We're going to really get through in doing more strategy, more accountability. We're going to have 2 belief breakthrough sessions. And that course, for the people who went through my first beta course, you guys were my eyes, you were my ears. And so I truly appreciate the fact that you've been patient with some of the technological difficulties that have happened, and that you have been able to help me develop a better program. And I encourage your feedback, even from this point forward. If you have suggestions, if you found holes or missing pieces, I want you to really let me know. Now, this 12-week master course is not just for, I'm really hoping to get many of you to the point where you can also help coach and facilitate this course so that we can reach even more people. And so by doing it, I know many of you have your own businesses, but can you imagine if you help other people in your organization, especially if you're a leader in a business where you're also training other leaders? Can you imagine how fast your organization will grow if you can teach all of your people these principles, right? So I'm actually hoping that by having my beta class go through this 12-week master course, I will start to see some of you that are ready to step into being a mentor and being a coach yourself, so that you can also help me with this program and facilitating it much bigger than just the little group that we had starting here. We are already getting so many people that are starting the next course that there's just going to be a momentum where I will need a lot more help. So if that is something that really is calling to you, I would encourage you to email me, message me, get in touch with me and let me know. The course is going to be, for my beta students, is going to be $147. You get 2 belief breakthrough sessions. So it's just, I'm basically giving it away and they're 30-minute sessions. So if you would like to start that and be in January, I am only going to probably get together 4 individual tribes. So just know that it's going to be a small 12-week master course just like this one, and it's intentionally done that way because I want to make sure that I can really fine-tune and hone it, as it's the first time that I'm doing it online. Once it's completely up and running, that course is going to be $495. So if that's something that you would be interested in, please let me know. I honor you for taking 5 weeks of your life and spending it on filling your cup, on seeing how amazing and how valuable you are. I hope that you'll look in the mirror and that you will see the beautiful you, that you will find respect and love and understand that you are the only you in this world. I want you to know how needed you are. I want you to know how incredibly valuable you are. I hope that you have learned in these last 5 weeks to truly tune in to who you are, not your physical body, not your hair and your nails and your eyebrows and all of those things, but really that true, beautiful spirit that's within you. That person that is underneath all of that. I want you to remember how courageous and how amazing you have been up to this point. You've gone through probably so many good times and so many bad times. You've had struggles, you've had successes, and you've had failures. And yet you're still here, and you're still moving forward, and you're still persevering. And I want you to remember you're part of the 5% club. You have the faith and the courage that you can create your own life. So from here, I encourage you to move forward and to continue on this journey. And in ending, I just want to say namaste.